Hi guys, so in this video I'm going to give you resume tips for your campus placements, and I followed these tips during my placement season and I got placed into Aditya Birla Group. I am from chemical engineering background at Pilani Goa campus. So let's quickly get started. Okay, so the first most important tip for making a resume is that it should be only one page long. I mean only one side. Okay, the reason behind is that, see, generally the corporate companies, right, or like any other companies, they are really busy and they'll be getting tons and tons of resumes. Okay, so they won't, if see, for example, if some HR is going through the resume manually, then there is high chances that if the resume is very big, right, he won't see everything. Okay, so you have to make your resume short and sweet, and it should be in just one side. Okay, that is the most important one. See, if you're gonna do your resume to 2 sides or 3 sides, then sorry guys, high chances that they might not even scroll down. Okay, so first tip is that your resume should be just one side. The next tip is that see, if you are applying through your campus placements, then each university will be following some like what is it, common format of resume. Okay, so I highly recommend you to only use that format when you apply to the companies. Okay, for example, if you are from BITS, there is something called a superset, something like what is that, portal where all the companies come, where students apply, and in that superset also with our information we can build our own resume. It has certain template, so I highly recommend you to follow what your campus or university uses. Okay, so that is the second one. The next thing is that, see, when you write and resume, right, see, okay, one more thing I want to tell is that since you will be using the format for your universities, in this video I'm not gonna give you any details about how you need to format your resume and all. Okay, that is standard, that is fixed. Now I'll be focusing only on the content part. Okay, how you need to write your resume. Okay, so when it comes to content, right, it should be in past tense first of all. Okay, because you're going to present a work which you have already done. Okay, or sometimes if some project or some internship is going on the way, or say you'll be applying for campus placement in final year, right, which means you are still studying in college. So in those kind of things, present tense is fine. Like you can tell that I'm working on this project currently, like that. But majority of your resume should be in a past tense, because you are gonna present those which you have already worked on. Okay, and it should be in the point of view of the resume should be in the first person. It should be like you did it. Okay, not like it's like not in the third point of view. It should be in the first point of view. And there is something called as resume action words. Okay, see, if you just quickly Google, right, there are like you just type resume action words, you'll be getting lots of words. See, these words are like developed, modeled, organized, structured, and something like that. These terms are called as that resume action words. Why we need to use these terms is because, see, in most of the companies nowadays, right, see, like in the olden days, HR used to go through each and everything, but now everything, the computer has come, right? So what happens is that they used softwares to quickly go through that resumes. Okay, that time if the resume contains this resume action words, there is high chances that your resume will be selected by that software which they are using. Okay, also one more thing, when you apply to some company, right, you should always tailor your resume according to that company. It is not like that you apply for some chemical engineering company, but you put information regarding your internship at some IT company, or internship regarding to finance company, or if you are applying to a CS company, you put some something related to finance or chemical. It's irrelevant, right? So always you need to tailor your resume according to the company you're going to apply, also the role you're going to apply. See, for example, take a case. See, when it comes to chemical engineering, there is generally it is like graduate engineering trainee roles only for everyone in the core branches. But when it comes to computer science, there is like data science role, software development role, something like that. Okay, so for a software company, you put something related to data science, irrelevant, right? So it should be according to your role as well as the company you're going to apply for. Okay, so if you are going to apply to some company, you always need to go through that company's website. You need to see, and also every company when they come to placements, right, they'll be giving you that job description, GD. So you should always go through it. You need to understand first what are these companies looking for in a candidate. Okay, so there will be those key terms will be there, right? That key terms you need to use it in your resume. Okay, trust me guys, if you do this one, there is very high chances that even if the software shortlists the resume or manually the HR goes, your resume will get selected. Okay, so resume action words is must, and go through the company's website, see what is the keywords of that company. If it's, so example, if it's a petroleum company and or you take it's a renewable energy company, then terms related to petroleum, refineries, and if it's a renewable energy company talking about like solar or renewable energy, green energy, pollution like carbon dioxide emission, these are the keywords. Okay, so you need to understand what are the keywords, and you need to go through the job description for a particular role and use that in your resume. Okay, so the next thing is that, see, generally the people, what they think is that resume means it's like words, you just have to write sentences, English, something like that. Okay, but it is beyond that. Okay, you need to make sure your resume has more of numbers. You may be like, what do you mean by numbers? See, example, you work in a project. So let's take the efficiency of the project. You need to say that this project, the efficiency was like around 95%. Or you worked in some model, you have to say that this model has an accuracy of like more than 99%. Or if some thing is there, but you have improved, you have worked on that, you have improvised that, you need to say that previously it was this and now we have done this. This has led to a 90% improvement. So you need to, or in case of position of responsibilities, right, you can tell like I was a group leader for a group of 100 plus students, or I taught some courses in colleges where the students number of students were around 90 plus students. So something like that. You see, resume should be in words, numbers. So make sure that your resume has more of numerical values. Okay, that will actually boost your resume. The next thing is that whenever you make your resume, make sure you don't make a spelling mistakes and don't make grammatical mistakes. Okay, actually if you do this, like, see, your resume might be very very good, but even a very small mistake will cost you a lot. See, what it shows is that that you did not take enough efforts to make it perfect. Okay, the resume is the company, like your first impression which you're gonna give to the company. See, before that the company might have not seen you in person, they might not know you. So only through your resume, you are actually presenting your first impression to the company that okay, so this candidate is so and so. If the mistake is there, then sorry guys, it will definitely gonna affect your chances of getting shortlisted. Okay, so now these are the general tips which I have said. Now let's get into the parts of the resume. Okay, so there are around 8 important sections which every resume must contain. Okay, so first one is that your profile picture should be there. Okay, see, why profile picture is that generally universities in that portal site, they ask you to upload your passport size photo, and they will actually mention it in your resume also. See, generally if people see their face, there is high chances that they will trust that person. Okay, so when you upload that your passport size photo in the in the company's portal or your university's recruitment portal, make sure that you dress formally. Okay, background should be formal background, and you need to dress formally. Groom yourself, well groomed. And yeah, these are the common tips which you should know by this time, like how you need to present yourself. Okay, so if you have if you're boys, you have long beards, and like, at least try to groom it, okay, properly, so that it comes to some certain good shape. Okay, and do a proper haircut, make sure that you look perfect in that photo. And next comes the academic details. Okay, academic details, see generally college students might be a freshers. Okay, so because just you might not have a work experience before, so the main so the details related to your school has more weightage in that case. Okay, so see, anyway you'll be putting your college CGPA in the top of the resume. In the academic details you have to mention about your schooling. Schooling by I mean 10th standard board exam marks and 12th standard marks. Okay, and when you mention this course, make sure that irrespective of whether they were in a CGPA format or they were out of 500 or out of 600, make sure that you enter it in the percentage form. See, if it is CGPA, it's fine. You can just mention 9.8 CGPA, 10 CGPA, it's fine. But if it is out of 500 or out of 600, I highly recommend you to use percentage, like 95 percentage, 93 percentage. If you have scored full 100 percentage, something like that. Okay, so percentage should be used for the academic details score. The next thing is that subjects. The next heading is first one is academic details, the first heading. Second heading is subjects which you are done, subjects or electives. In this case, you need to insert all your core courses which you have done in your college. Okay, see, as I said before, you will be tailoring according to your company and resume and the role, right? So suppose, for example, in chemical engineering, if it comes to refineries, see, when it comes to core, right, generally all the CDs, all the important courses, you need to mention it. Okay, see, few people will tell you that these courses, everybody knows that if some person is from this degree, they might have done. But what I prefer is that you should mention all your compulsory courses in your resume. Okay, if you are applying for the same job company with, and your degrees are same thing, then you should mention everything. Okay, and electives. This electives is something which you need to choose, like which one you need to put. This is where the company's role comes into the picture. See, maybe you are from chemical engineering background. You might have done an elective on let's take finance, but you are applying to a chemical engineering company. That time mentioning that finance course in the resume is like, it's not required, right? So you should not mention it. Okay, so subjects and electives, in subjects you have to mention all the core courses which you have done in your college, and electives you need to tailor accordingly. This is the second heading. The next heading comes the technical skills. In the technical skills, you have to mention like if what coding languages you know, what softwares you know, especially if you are from chemical engineering background, like simulation softwares like Aspen Plus, COMSOL, Multiphysics. These things, if you put, there is high chances that it will boost your profile. Okay, but please mention it only if you know that. See, in the company's interview, they are not gonna ask you questions regarding this softwares, because it's they can't show you that software and ask question, or they can't ask you to do something. Okay, see, but in computer science interviews, I don't know how it is different, because they have coding rounds as well as, but I'm telling with respect to chemical engineering things, so mention only the softwares which you know. Okay, please don't fake it. See, resume is something which you should be honest with yourself. Okay, if you mess it up, like if you put something which you have not done or just to make it look good, then trust me guys, you are the person who will be get affected during the interviews time, because during the interviews your resume will be the main thing from which they'll be asking you questions. So please, in your resume you should be 100% honest with yourself. If you try to fool them, then definitely I'm telling you, you will get caught in the interviews round and you won't be selected at all. So please be honest with yourself. Okay, and so the fourth heading is that summer internships. Fifth heading is that projects. Sixth heading is that position of responsibilities. And when it comes to these three, right, summer internship, project, position of responsibilities, you just have to mention the title. Okay, in case of summer internships, you have to mention what is the company where you worked in and what is a project. And for project, you'll be having your titles, and for position of responsibilities, what role you were in and what organization you worked in. And for all these three things, you have to mention the date as well as, like, you work from May 2023 to June 2023 or January to February of 2022, something like that. You need to mention the duration in which you worked on a project or position of responsibility, and you should mention 2 to 3 sentences explaining that. So here is where I said those points, like it should be in the past tense, first person point of view, resume action words, the company's keywords which you need to use, and use numbers. So these things comes in that description, where like 2 to 3 line description which you give for the summer internship heading, projects heading, and position of responsibility headings. Okay, and make sure that you don't type in a paragraph wise, you make it as a bullet point, so that it is always easy for them to read bullet points than a big paragraph. Okay, and the 7th heading is achievements. So achievements is section where you can put if you have got some prizes, awards, scholarships, or if you were topper in some of the courses, like course topper, you can mention those things. Or if you don't have any achievements, if you see that it's not relevant, then you can just ignore that achievement heading. Okay, it's not that compulsory. Okay, and finally extracurricular activities. This is actually important, guys. Okay, so see why extracurricular means the companies need to know that what you have done apart from your coursework or college work. Okay, so you can insert your club activities or sports you have played, or what you do in what are your hobbies, something like that. Okay, so in my case, since I am a YouTuber, I can mention that I have a YouTube channel and I put videos, something like that. So these are all something which comes under the extracurricular activities, which is really important. Please don't ignore that extracurricular heading. Okay, so these are the 8 important headings. I quickly repeat all the headings once again for your clarification: academic details, subjects and electives, technical skills, summer internship or work experience, that thing. 5th one is projects, 6th one is position of responsibilities, 7th is achievements, 8th one is extracurricular activities. Okay, these are that 8 different headings which resume should contain. Apart from this, you need to put your photo, passport size photo. And something most important thing is that, see, generally college student might have also indulged in research activities. Like you might have a paper publication, or you might have a conference presentation, something like that. Okay, so what I personally feel is that please don't include in your resume, because see, you may think these things actually boost your profile, but the thing is, are those companies interested in your research? See, suppose a company hires you for a research based role, then you can insert you can put that thing. But generally no company will take a bachelor student for research kind of roles. They always prefer PhD students, PhD scholars, okay, who have completed their PhD. So for bachelor students at least, they won't come for a research based roles. Okay, so for that, please don't mention about your paper publication or conference, something like that. Okay, this is my personal advice which I followed, because I know that in few companies I actually put that and how it got backfired. So please don't put that. This is my personal experience. Okay, and so now I have said about all the important points for making a resume for a corporate based company, for like campus placements, for job applications. Suppose you are a student who want to apply for a research based roles in a universities, or getting an internships, or if you want to try for getting a PhD positions in universities, there is a completely different kind of resume which I call CV. See, generally CV, resume, they are same, but I call resume for a corporate based companies, and CV is for research based companies. I have already made a video on how to make the CV in detail, so I'll put that thing in this box. I think it will be displayed, or I'll put it in the description in the I button, as well as you can go and check it out, so that you can know what and all you need to include in your CV. And you'll also, if you watch these 2 videos, right, you'll understand what is the main difference between applying to a corporate based work or internship, and applying for a research based in a university. Okay, so that's all for this video. Thank you for watching. In the future, you will be getting videos regarding like detail, like how to crack technical interviews, HR interviews, group discussion, everything. So stay tuned. If you don't want to miss those videos, kindly subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon. And if you like this video, hit that like button. And thank you for watching. Bye bye. All the best for your campus placements. Okay.